After innumerable legends of gods, titans, and heroes altering the world from ancient civilization, superheroes have revolutionized how current pop culture thinks about super abilities. This comes as a direct result of the rise of the superhero genre. Even though comic books, television shows, and movies have extensively investigated and deconstructed superhuman talents, people still enjoy daydreaming about having tremendous capabilities such as telepathy and flight at their disposal. In this video, we are going to talk about some of the most influential children in the world. Number 9. The boy who survived being crushed alive. The journal first reported in January about Domenico Bacon, a student at the Kingfisher Montessori Nursery School in Wilton. He was struck by a large tree that was blown over while he was crossing the Michael Herbert Hall parking lot. Bacon suffered 2 broken legs, a fractured skull, and almost fatal brain injuries. After Domenico and 2 other individuals were freed from beneath the tree's branches by emergency personnel, the little child was taken to Salisbury District Hospital. His brain was severely bruised and his skull was shattered by the blow to his head. Fortunately, the doctors in intensive care pressed ahead with an immediate craniectomy, where they removed the front of his skull so his brain could swell and heal naturally, which averted the immediate danger. Domenico's life was spared by this procedure. Number 8. The echolocator, named Lucas. Lucas Murray, who was born without the ability to see, discovered that he could see with his hearing when he was only 5 years old. He accomplishes this by clicking his tongue on the roof of his mouth and then listening for echoes, which provide him with information regarding the locations of objects that are nearby. Bats, dolphins, and certain species of whales all use a technique known as echolocation to navigate their environments. Lucas learned how to do it from a man named Daniel Kish, who is the only human known to have taught him how to do it, that he mastered it in just 3 days and is now able to move around autonomously using it. Sarah, his mother, is his current roommate. Number 7. Wolf Boy, also known as the child who was brought up by wolves. In 1976, a little child of approximately 10 years of age was discovered living in a wilderness in India with a pack of wolves. The youngster, who had never lived among humans, walked on all 4s and subsisted on raw meat, lived for another 10 years under the care of Mother Teresa's Missionaries of Charity. He was able to survive because of their compassion. He was given the name Ramu and taught how to take baths and dress himself, but he never acquired the ability to speak, and he never lost his preference for uncooked meat or his highly developed instinct to hunt. Number 6. The musical genius. Luc Vandrick, a Czech pianist, had his first public concert when he was 4 years old. This places him squarely inside the parameters of the concept of a prodigy, which is a kid who exhibits professional ability before the age of 10. Luc, who is now 32 years old, is a prodigy who has defied the odds and become even more of an anomaly because of it. Prodigies are extremely rare. The odds of being one of them are 1 in 10 million. Over the past 10 years, Luc Vandrick has embarked on a career that has taken him all over the world, performing with orchestras such as the Philadelphia and Sydney Symphony Orchestras, the Tokyo Metropolitan Symphony Orchestra, the Frankfurt Symphony Radio Orchestra, the Philharmonia Orchestra, the Oslo Philharmonic, and the Netherlands Philharmonic Orchestras. He has worked with conductors such as Pavo Jarvi, Semyon Bychkov, and others. Number 5. The youngest magician that works professionally. After Dan's family gave him a magic kit for Christmas when he was just 6 years old, he immediately became interested in all aspects of the magical arts. When it comes to developing and perfecting his illusions, Dan can be exceptionally exact, focused, and creative thanks to his Asperger's syndrome, which functions like a superpower for him. His social media audience of more than 30 million admirers tune in every day to watch his one-of-a-kind content, which he created, shot, and edited all by himself. Dan's imagination is boundless, and he has connected with a very large number of people in a very significant way online. Daniel Rhodes, who is now 15 years old, began his career as a professional illusionist and magician when he was just 9 years old. This makes him one of the youngest professional magicians in the entire world and the youngest in Great Britain. According to him, my love for magic began when I was just 6 years old and I was given a basic magic kit for Christmas, and I've not stopped showcasing my tricks on people since. Number 4. The boy with the bionic arm and his super dad. Stahl Ryan had to have his left arm amputated when he was just 10 days old because he had a blood clot that caused the condition. Ben Ryan, Saul's father, realized that there were no fully functioning prosthetic solutions available for him. So he began the process of constructing what is effectively a bionic arm for his son Saul. After that, he made a 3D print of it. In addition to bestowing superpowers upon Saul, it also endows him with an appearance that can best be described as high-tech cool. Number 3. Arlian, the autobiographer of his own life. His upbringing was not particularly remarkable in any way. He said that his early childhood was a vague recollection of experiences, but that as he turned 11 years old, things started to change for him. And this was not a revelation that came to him all of a sudden. He explained that when he was 14 years old, he realized that he was pretty good at remembering some things that had occurred a very, very long time ago. He said that this discovery led him to believe that his memory was exceptional. For the majority of us, it's impossible to recall what we were doing on any given afternoon during the 24th of June of the previous year, for example, but Aurelian recalls everything. A traumatic loss of memory can be quite upsetting. But could you fathom not being able to forget things? That specific episode took place when Aurelian Heyman was 11 years old, at least in terms of the autobiographical happenings that took place during that period. Now that he is an adult, he can recall any former moment from his life in extraordinary detail, including the food he consumed, the temperature, and the music that was playing on the radio at the time. In 2012, he was one of the subjects of a documentary that was released under the title The Boy Who Can't Forget. Number 2. The young boy who possesses an exceptionally high IQ. Jacob Barnett was only 2 years old when he was given diagnosis with autism, and his medical professionals predicted that he would never even be able to tie his shoes. However, the physicians were incorrect. It has come to light that Jacob possesses an IQ of 170, which is 30 points higher than that of Albert Einstein. He completed grades 6 through 12 in less than a year, entered college at the age of 10, and by the age of 13, he had his first scientific paper published. In 2013, Barnett was granted admission into the master's program at the Perimeter Institute for Theoretical Physics in Waterloo, which is offered through the Perimeter Scholars International Organization. Since the beginning of the program, he was the participant with the youngest age, as he was only 15 years old. In 2014, he was able to finish the course with flying colors. After that, he continued his education by enrolling in postgraduate programs at the University of Waterloo and the Perimeter Institute, and he is currently working toward earning his doctorate. Number 1. The young girl who possessed exceptional mathematics abilities. Ruth Lawrence, a mathematical genius who was 10 years old when she was accepted to Oxford University, holds the record as the university's youngest student ever. There she was able to finish the requirements for her degree in just 2 years and had the greatest grade point average of any of her classmates. Lawrence defies the odds, as it is extremely uncommon for kid prodigies to mature into geniuses as adults. She is currently 47 years old and works as a researcher in knot theory and algebraic topology, in addition to being a mathematician and associate professor of mathematics at the Einstein Institute of Mathematics at the Hebrew University of Jerusalem. So this is the end of our today's video. Do you like it? Kindly give your valuable response in our comment section below, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more interesting and informative videos.